Hello YouTube and welcome to me, the WildWestGamer, here in the Gaming Grotto on a rather murky day. It's not very nice outside now, a bit crappy weather, but I have a day off. Crazy week of work, very long, very tiring, but got a day off, so I thought I'd do some videos. I already did one this morning in HD. Excuse me while I cough a lung up. It took for ages to download off of this thing. But it was in HD. I very much liked it. It's very much made me quite keen now on doing them in HD, just because it looks fantastic, and also there's not sort of well, it's just more portable. It's just more easy for me to walk around doing the videos. So hopefully in the upcoming days you'll see some more stuff via the handheld camera, via the technology of the future. But yeah, so today I'm doing a review. But first of all, very excited, little announcement. Finally got Homeland Security, the volume 2 of the Ultimates series of books, graphic novels. I've been looking for this thing for ages. I've got all of the other ones up till Who Killed the Scarlet Witch, which I adore because it's one of the limited edition black and white hardback ones, which set me back quite a few pounds back in the day. And I've got all of them apart from this one. For some reason I missed this one out, so found this today for $4.99. Very happy about it. I love it. I love the Ultimates. I love what Marvel did with the Ultimates, and with the Ultimate Universe in general. They did some really good stuff. Just really nice to see. Really nice, to be part of a series of graphic novels, especially by Marvel, which were directed at sort of my era, my generation, because Marvel basically realised that with a lot of what they had, with their superheroes and all that sort of stuff, a lot of people weren't around for the origin stories. A lot of people did not know what was going on. So they said, we'll reboot it, we'll restart it, and we'll do a bit of that and see if people, sort of come flocking to us. Sorry, I was mucking around with this freaking bit of plastic stickering and dropped on the floor like a douchebag. But yeah, and I picked up the Ultimates. I picked up Spider-Man Volume 1 of the Ultimate Universe, as well as the first 4 books of the X-Men. Really enjoyed them. Really liked them. They did stuff which was really new for me, because I'd never had seen the actual origins, the original ones of the Amazing Spider-Man and the original X-Men. So yeah, it was really good for me to be able to, become part of this new world. So yeah, finally got that. So I'm gonna check that bad boy out later on tonight. Read that while the wife's watching TV or whatever, and hopefully I'm just gonna be really impressed with it. I've loved all the rest, so hopefully this one will be just as awesome. But today, the main thing is the main part of this episode is that I have got a film review, another one, for a film which just didn't. The notion of it, the premise of it. Certainly the lead actor of it just did not interest me, and that is The Woman in Black. Yes, the recent remake of The Woman in Black, starring Daniel Radcliffe, or as everyone ever will know him as Harry Potter. You will not escape that shadow, my friend. Do not try. The Woman in Black. The Woman in Black is a book. Is also a film. There was also a film made of it before. I think there's a play. There's a TV show. There was basically everything has been done with The Woman in Black. Quintessential haunted house story about a man who goes to a house. There's a ghost. Shit goes down. But we're talking about this version, the new, the 2012, 2011 version. I don't know whatever the fuck it was. To be fair, I don't care. I only care about good films. This film is flawed from the very beginning. Why? Daniel Radcliffe. I'm sorry, Danny boy, if you're watching, mate. You ain't gonna ever be able to shake off Harry Potter, mate. You are always gonna be Harry Potter, and unfortunately for you, even when you were Harry Potter, I didn't really believe you were Harry Potter. I really didn't. I just don't think he's got the acting chops on him, I'm afraid. Well, critics can say what they want about his performances in the Harry Potter films. People can say what they want about his performance in Equus, the stage play he did, where I'm pretty sure only people like that because he got his rod out. Um, people love him fine, but for me, I just don't think he's very good. He's not believable. Now, part of the problem I had with it was the fact that in the film he plays a widowed husband who's raising a small son by himself. He's a lawyer. He's lost his wife died during childbirth, and he now raises his son by himself. Unfortunately, though, the business he works for, the law firm he works for, they can't sort of give him a free ride any longer. Basically, he's had enough time off grieving for his wife, I guess, which I'm not sure how long he's meant to have had off, because his son's like 5 years old. It's like 5 years you took off from work. Seriously, dude. And also, I mean, if he's taken that long off work, to just like fucking freeload it, the fuck's his law firm giving him shit about? Dude, you've just given him 5 years off to get over his dead wife. I'm pretty sure that letting him carry on this way is not going to do any problems if you've managed so far. So there's already that sort of inconsistency with the film's plot when it starts. Daniel Radcliffe's wife dies, his son is born, and it's like, we start 5 years later when he's sort of, returning to the business, or at least, we get the impression that he's been back for a while, but he's not really doing very well. And it's like, well, it's like, either he's just never going to get over it, or, it's you guys are just, fucking way too inconsiderate of his feelings. I don't know. I don't give a shit, to be quite frank. There is not really any depth to the situation. And the only reason they give you this, this reason why his law firm gives him a bit of a telling off and saying, pick up your buck, is because he is told he has to go down to some such place, some creepy haunted village, and he has to go and finalise the last details of the house of a dead person. This thing, the film does not, if the film's explaining it, it's just not doing it very well. I just did not care. Really did not care. Daniel Radcliffe is so unappealing in this film that it just turns me off, because the chemistry between him and his supposed son is so forced and boring. There's no maybe it's me as a father talking, but to be fair, as being a father, I expect to see on film, I'm paying for this, I expect to see a realistic and pretty good interpretation of a father child relationship, and it just ain't like that. Daniel Radcliffe will not understand what being a father is until he actually has a child. Why? Because he spent the last however many years of his life being pampered and privileged as the lead character of one of the biggest film franchises of all time. He's grown up with millions of pounds being thrown at him. He's never had to really work for anything. It's just been given to him, and probably he's been told how brilliant he is. So when it comes to him actually having to act in a character role outside of what he's used to, he can't. I just genuinely think that he just really can't. It is really, really forced. And so his son gives him this, picture, this little book of he's drawn of all the time between when they last see each other and when they see each other again, because his son's coming down to meet him at this place once he's settled in, or done whatever he's doing. And Daniel Radcliffe sort of takes this piece of paper, this little booklet his son's drawn him, and you just feel like he's just been handed a newspaper on the street or something. It's just. There's no, and like any time they sort of there's a hug or anything like that, you're just like, dude, you just feel like you're going through the motions. It doesn't look believable. And Daniel Radcliffe does this really irritating thing when he's trying to look intense. He sort of clenches his jaw and sort of looks a bit wide-eyed, like that, that seems to be the thing he always does, and I've seen him do it in Harry Potter plenty of times. Pisses me off. People do not look like that during during moments of emotional intensity. They cry or they scream or some shit. They don't look like they're constipated or like trying to pass like a spiky shit sideways. It is pretty it's hilarious actually to watch him do it. The mind boggles at why this guy's given roles, because he's such a bad actor. But getting on to when he gets down there, he gets down to this haunted village or wherever it is. Weird stuff's going on. People are very uneasy. People keep telling him to, not bother about going out to this house. All this sort of stuff. Well, he goes out to the house anyway, as he would, because he's he's got a job to do apparently. Goes there, goes in the house. Weird stuff starts happening. He starts seeing this woman in black. Ooh, see what they did there? Roaming the land around the house, and and inside the house, weird stuff happens and stuff like that. And it's just all a bit creepy. Now the film's pretty effective at establishing this quite dreary and uncomfortable feeling in the film. And I mean, then again, it's not really very hard to do. You take an old sort of Victorian era like estate. You stick it in a secluded location. You add plenty of mist. You make it very dark and dreary. Couple crows squawking and stuff like that. Perhaps a bit of rain and thunder and lightning and some creaky doors. Not very fucking hard. You can make anywhere pretty creepy about that. So that that weird stuff starts happening, and that's it basically for the rest of the film. Really is. That is it. That is genuinely it. The reason is that the film really very little happens is because the film is so fixed in this location, it requires the actors to sort of be what keeps you entertained and enthralled. Well, the problem is, like I've said, there are just all the good actors get barely any screen time, and all the bad ones get loads. It's so annoying. It's like, I don't want to see Daniel Radcliffe. He's all Danny Boy seems to be able to do is just sort of do that really constipated look on his face, or seems to be able to just sort of go, oh. It's like, really, dude, you've just seen like the deceased, rotting, venge-filled spirit of some creepy old lady, and the entire amount of emotional, intensity you can summon from within yourself is, oh. It's like, fucking hell, dude, come on, Christ, it's just really, really crap. I finished this film feeling just like, well, really, there was absolutely. I was like, I just looked at my wife and I said, yet again, I have just watched a film where the trailer showed all of the best bits, and by best bits I mean the scariest bits. Really did. That's what the trailer relied on. There's a bit where he's standing looking out of a window, and you see the woman's face appear behind him and next to him. You see bits of her walking around the land or standing eerily watching him. You see bits where he's looking through this spinning, sort of one of those optical illusion things where the thing spins and it looks like inside the thing's moving. He sees a face or an eye looking back through the other side. Just shit like that. You just go, these are just little things, just little bits they've shoehorned in just to, add a bit of tension. They don't add anything to the actual story. And the thing is, a good horror film both keeps you entertained via its excellent storyline, as well as, keeps you scared. But it's all as far as the context of what you're watching, it all fits, it works. I would say Event Horizon. Event Horizon is a fantastic film, and it annoys me I can't find it anywhere. Event Horizon is amazing. It's not only because it's one of my favourite sci-fi films, but as far as horror goes, it's really successful with what it does, because it doesn't rely on sort of cliches or contrived ideas of how to scare people. What it does is it takes the idea and intertwines that with the story. So, whenever you see a ghostly apparition or something happens and, and it's very scary and disturbing, it fits because this location is being fused with hell, essentially. It's falling into hell. Whereas this house is ridden, this house is, infested with the vengeance of a deceased old lady or whatever, a woman scorned. Yet never do you hear her wailing, for her lost child or something like that, or never do you see anything that's slightly just unnerving, like perhaps a figure in the background rocking over over like a crib or something like that. Just any sort of things like that, and nothing that would actually work with regard to the story of the film. No, it's all just shit that's been done in films before. Lights going out and something creeping up behind you, and something moves in the background. Just isn't. It relies way too much on jump scares. Which, yeah, everyone's a sucker for a jump scare, but that's fucking annoying. 'Cause it's a cheap scare. It's not a worthwhile scare. It's not it's not scary because it disturbed me. It's scary because I wasn't ready for it. And this completely, perhaps that's what they tried to do, make the film so goddamn boring that when something scary like it jumps out at you, you actually just do. It's emphasized because you're so surprised something actually fucking happened. So yeah, that is it. That is The Woman in Black. I'm not going to ruin the ending for you, though there is a twist to it. And to be fair, I was like, really? That's where they went with this. I fucking knew they were building up that whole shit at the beginning between Daniel Radcliffe and all, bits and bobs out there. I knew they were fucking building that up so that, they had this really crappy payoff at the end. Kieran Hines is in it. For people who don't know, he played Julius Caesar in the Rome series. He's in Game of Thrones for the series 3. He's very good. He's popped up in a lot of things. He's pretty good in this. He's one of the things that I like about this film. He plays the husband of a troubled wife. Quite a wealthy couple, but his wife is troubled over the loss of their children, and he plays a sort of like becomes a friend figure to Daniel Radcliffe's character, and he's very likable. I like him a lot, and he's one of the. It annoys me actually that he isn't the main character because there's more. I feel that there's more there to be explored because he doesn't believe the stories about the house and about the woman in black and stuff like that. Now I like films where the skeptics sort of has to come round, but in a believable way, in a genuine way, not in like a, shit happens, it's like, oh, I believe, it's, something where, they try and doubt it, and then when they really can't anymore, they have to break down and confront this thing. Much rather preferred his character to be the main focus of the film, instead of old, Danny Radcliffe, or, Danny Potter, or Harry Radcliffe, whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know, I don't give a shit anymore. Needless to say, please don't give Daniel Radcliffe any more roles. Rupert Grint got the hint, yeah? Rupert Grint got the hint. He's fucking shit. They're all bad actors. I'm not being funny, right? Harry Potter was fun, but the reason it was fun was because you could put up with the bad acting because there was this amazing world to be explored. Likewise, there was cool things like the Dementors and the Death Eaters and dragons and griffins and a load of really, really good actors like Maggie Smith, Alan Rickman, Michael Gambon, Warwick Davies, just loads of fantastic actors who could balance out the crappiness of the kids. Emma Watson, by the sounds of it, apparently is forging her own career, doing stuff. All right, whatever. Okay, fair enough. To be fair, she annoyed me the most out of them because whenever something again happened, she used to do this annoying like sort of Kristen Stewart inspired sort of like she just used to kind of go like that, sort of this very sort of slightly open mouth, like this, or she started breathing like she was having some sort of anaphylactic shock. She's like like that whenever anything happened. You're like, oh, for God's sake, none of you act without pulling faces like people in different phases have taken a shit. Seriously, you've got Daniel Radcliffe looking like he's trying to push out an anvil sideways. You've got Emma Watson looking like she's trying to deal with the issue of doing a massive butt splitter by overcompensating. It looks like she's giving birth, for Christ's sake, to a cactus. And then you've got Rupert Grint, who just has, for some reason, I think he's devoid. I think his face is made out of the same stuff jellyfish are. He has no bones in his face, which allows him to pull these ridiculously, convoluted facial constructions. I think he may be actually half anaconda, the way he can dislocate his jaw into such an annoying way. Plus, also, he doesn't seem to speak in any of the films. It's just sort of like, he just like that. I'm sorry, this is turning into a Harry Potter rant, but hey, fuck it, let's go for it, right? Harry Potter, right? Those films were good up until number 3. After that, they were shit. They were awful. They were crap. There is no reason why you need to watch them afterwards. Hollywood, you screwed up. I know this is a rant I've done before, but stand by it. It is really, really worthwhile pointing out. Do not try and cram what takes someone about 4 weeks to read in a book into the space of 2 hours. It ain't gonna work. Trust me. It isn't going to work. When the books go from being this into this into this into this thin, yeah, stop trying to shoehorn that into, you know, the space of 2 hours. You can't do it. And also, seeing as they were making the films while she was writing the books, as the final film started rolling out, you found shit that wasn't in the previous ones became pretty fucking important, which meant that anyone who sat there who hadn't read the book was like, who the fuck is that? Why is that important? And also the fact that at the end of the films they just changed the complete meaning of what it means to be a wand donor. I mean, it's like they even say it in the first 2 films, and they say it in the books. I mean, I've read the books, so I know, but even in the films they clarify this. If you have a wand, that wand chooses you. The wand has chosen you. You are the wand user. You can try and use other wands, but they will normally not work as well, or backfire, or, you know, just not respond. Just make a fizz at the end. That's that. Yeah, in the final film, oh fuck it, people are just picking up wands left, right, and centre like it's fucking, you know, Poundland. You know, grab a wand and, you know, fucking just fire off with it. In a fucking Colt 45, you can't just pick it up and start blasting away at fools. It's a wand. It chooses its wielder. And the fact is, they completely remove. You just kind of go there in every scene in any of the films where they were in moral danger and didn't have their wands. You go, might as well just fucking grab his. Didn't fucking matter. There's no point to it. You can use his wand as good as anyone else. Who gives a shit? It's fucking stupid. And also, there's a bit where you've got Voldemort takes a Malfoy's wand, snaps it in half because he doesn't like the little pussy sort of chrome finish to it. Takes that. Well, as we all remember in Chamber of Secrets, when Ron's wand broke, he can do shit with it. He started fucking, you know, cursing himself and all this sort of crap. Oh, but clearly in the final one, it doesn't matter about that. Oh no, we've established it works one way, but let's, for, you know, dramatic integrity, or just, you know, for the fact we don't give a shit, we're just glad to be raking in hundreds of millions on the back of these films, let's just fucking screw with the actual lore of the series. So now anyone can use a wand, regardless of its state repair. You can use it fine, you know, even if this wand is cracking at the seams. Screw it. You can still fire off an abracadabra or a flipendo or whatever the fuck you want to do. Does not matter. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Seriously, you cannot. It just craps me off big time. The films, the actual, when you look at them, it's like The Dark Knight Rises. When you look really carefully afterwards, you know, you leave it going, oh my god, that was like the best film ever. And then afterwards, you sort of start going, yeah, but was it? And you start picking bits apart, certain bits, you know, certain things that happen. Like the Time Turner. Fuck's sake, Time Turner. Right, okay. Again, this isn't right. I'm going to go from the film side of it, because this is the thing. In the books, it explains it. In this, it does. In the films, it doesn't. You have the Time Turner. Yeah? You can turn that little bitch back as far as you want and go back in time. Why does no one use that? Why? You turn that thing. Yeah, it's going to take a fucking long time, but you telling me they haven't got a spell for that? Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Turn spinny shit for 2 million times. A Trificus or whatever. I don't know. Some shit had at the end to make it work. Fucking little thing spins 1 billion times. Oh, hey, look. Oh, hey, presto. We gone back in time to stop Voldemort killing those people. Hey, Voldemort. What? Abracadabra. Bam. That's it. Oh, yeah. Bad guys can use killing spells, but we can't. It's just fucked up. Seriously, it's fucked up. The whole thing is fucked up. It's filled with flaws. I think the fact is, it's just everyone got so, like, sort of caught up in the whole, like, oh my god, let's read a book where they go to school, but it's wizarding. It's wizarding school. In a world also that doesn't seem to care about literacy or mathematics. Doesn't. As long as you can fucking turn a snail into a fucking cup, you're sorted. Clearly in that world, it's just sorted. It doesn't matter. It's like they've got this whole economy based on people just turning shit into other shit. You know, it just doesn't. I just think that, you know, and in actual fact, me doing this video about the Woman in Black has made me realise how much I fucking hate Harry Potter. It's some dumbass shit. It just doesn't work. Does not work it's clear. I think the thing is, it's because it was clearly started out being directed at kids, and then at some point tried to transition to like like teenagers, then young adults, and then people who were older started reading it. It just felt that the films just tried to capitalise on that massive demographic. Didn't really work. You know, fuck knows. I don't know. I think I've not had enough to drink, or I've had too much to drink today. I mean, like, you know, not enough sugar or something. So yeah. Needless to say, though, Daniel Radcliffe's shitty performance in The Woman in Black has now made me hate Harry Potter. It's a bit like what Hayden Christensen did to you know, the role of Anakin Skywalker. You know, you can't watch the original ones without going, oh, that's fucking Hayden Christensen underneath all that armor. Shit. It's like, oh, it's like, you know, it's like So give me the command codes to where the Rebel Alliance is, keeping their secret shit. It's like, you go, oh, for fuck's sake, that's not some scary ass guy in there. It's Hayden Christensen. And then you go, oh, Hayden Christensen. Oh, that guy did Jumper. Oh, God, Jumper was shit. And then you just kind of go, oh, God, Samuel Jackson's in that film. Samuel Jackson is a badass. Oh, God, now who am I anymore? Both Samuel Jackson and Darth Vader and Harry Potter and ghost films are all ruined because Daniel Radcliffe tries to act. Stop it, Daniel. Stop it. You can't do it. If you want to stay doing stuff, just carry on getting your junk out. Yeah? At theatres. That's clearly working well for you. Keep doing that. But stop with the rest. It's not working. Seriously. And every time you act, another thing that I love dies. Dies. Stop it, Daniel, please. So, that was the WildWestGamer having a slight breakdown. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go now and play some Far Cry or something. Or, I don't know. I've got some Nerf guns. They can see if I can shoot or what my wife with one. But let it be a secret. Ah, crap, this friggin' thing. So, yeah, guys. Subscribe, like, leave your reviews, leave your opinions, leave your mother's maiden's name down there in the comment box if you want. Do whatever you want, as long as it's nice, because I need love. So yeah, I'm gonna go and eat some crisps. And let's all be nice. Thank you so much for watching all the videos. Nearly at 400. I hope you enjoy the new look as well. The channel's got a new look. And that's really it. That was really it for this edition of the WildWestGamer. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you later on the flip side of the flip side. So just on the same side. Mind blown? Much? See you later, guys, and have fun with your productive days doing your stuff. See you later. Bye. Bye, guys. See you later.